All right. Figured I was trying to listen to Rush Limbaugh, but the connection isn't so clear. So I figure I could be mashpia a little bit if I'm not mushpa right now. I could give if I'm not receiving. I don't have an audience like Rush Limbaugh. Maybe not yet, but maybe someday. We'll see. It's all up to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. But Rush Limbaugh earned it and he deserves it. All that's being said, I want to talk about some things that came up today and that I just wanted to discuss. Give me ideas what kind of things to make a video about. I don't know why I get these emails. There's this website Quora, which really annoys me, to be honest. I get kind of sick looking at Quora. The stupid questions that people ask and the stupid answers that people give. But there's really no such thing as a stupid question or a stupid answer. Well, I guess there are stupid answers, but there are no stupid questions. But you can find some things are pretty close to being stupid questions and stupid answers also on Quora. But the thing is, I finished reading Bishop Fulton Sheen's autobiography, and he quoted from C.S. Lewis something that, the things that annoy you about other people are probably what you don't realize is that other people are just as annoyed by you as you are of other people. I think I was a lot more self-conscious of how annoying I was when I was younger. And at a certain point I got over it. And I think when I got over the self-consciousness of how annoying I can be to people, I stopped being as annoying, perhaps. Or perhaps not. I don't know. Maybe that's why But the fact of the matter is, there are plenty of people who are annoyed by Rush Limbaugh, and I think he's great. And there are plenty of people who are annoyed by all kinds of things, and there are things, and people are people. I remember Beryl Wine was paraphrasing Chazal. Chazal say, just Kashem she'ein parts of Seim Shavim kachein deoseim Shavim. I don't remember the exact words. That, just like no two people have the same face, no two people have the same ideas, the same opinions. It's like, you can't be upset that somebody has a nose that looks different than your nose. You can't be upset that somebody has an opinion different than your opinion. And everybody has the things that they enjoy and that mean things to them and so forth. So, and I have to just live with the fact that I'm annoyed by certain people just like other people are annoyed by me. And try to find the people who are not annoyed by me. And just like I try to find the people I'm not annoyed with. And sometimes it's enjoyable to hear something that you get annoyed by. Why is the Annoying Orange so popular? That's a pretty annoying show. But sometimes people like to be annoyed, and so too, Once in a while I like to listen to NPR and hear a different opinion and even read Quora, even if it boils my blood to hear certain things. Part of being in this world is recognizing that not everybody is just like you. And what was I supposed to turn? I always get confused. Was I supposed to turn there? Every time. And I'm usually making a video. But when I get there, I'll see that was right. So anyway, I do once in a while give answers on Quora, and I'm thankful some people have given me good feedback on the answers I've given on Quora. Or is it pronounced Quora? It's Quora. So someone asked, I did go the right way. Do ultra-Orthodox Jews drink coffee? Someone else gave an answer. Yeah, they drink a lot of coffee, and it says in Shulchan Aruch that you're allowed to drink coffee before davening, would seem, and this and that. Oh, I got here early. So I have a few minutes. But then I put my own answer. I felt like putting in my own 2 cents in this question. And I said that, so the Hasidic Jew drinking coffee is somewhat of a religious devotion. And I explained a few reasons why it's a religious devotion. One is that coffee is a laxative, and the Jewish law says you're not allowed to daven if you have to use the restroom, and you're not allowed to say the prayers if you have to use the restroom. So Hasidim tend to be strict about that they try to make sure that they've relieved themselves. I mean, most people, when they wake up in the morning, they have to relieve themselves. And sometimes you don't feel like you have to go, and so they go out of their way to make sure that they're able to relieve themselves before they use the restroom. I mean, before they pray in the morning, to make sure that their body is clean on the inside, so that they can be spiritually clean. And they bathe also before the morning prayers to make sure their body's clean on the outside, and basically, and so that's a part of the devotional life of the Hasidic Jew. And so I said that drinking coffee, therefore, is a devotion. Although it is controversial, Reb Nachman Breslover said you shouldn't eat or drink anything before prayers, even water. But the Rebbe Melech said it's a mitzvah to drink coffee before davening. And what I've heard is, Biala Rebbe told me that, I heard that from the Shidlovtzer Rebbe and his brother-in-law. Biala Rebbe said it's only if someone can't use the restroom before they pray and they're having trouble, then they should drink coffee so they can, as a preparation for prayer. So drinking coffee by the Hasidic Jews is somewhat of a religious devotion. And then I said, the second thing I said is that Rav Avigdor Miller, who himself wasn't really Hasidish, but he had respect for Hasidim, he said that, and the Hasidim had respect for him. They saw him as a rabbi. I remember I went to see Rav Avigdor Miller speak, and there were Satmar Hasidim there. And said the Rebbes do, and I would venture to say, as very special as it was to be in the presence of the Berech Moshe, and he was a big tzaddik. I think Mistama, those in Galite probably felt something more by Rav Avigdor Miller than they did by the Berech Moshe. Not to put down the Berech Moshe. Berech Moshe is given a gross tzaddik. But so anyway, and then I was misballed from both of them, but they were different people. They did different derachim in life. But also the same derech of Torah and Avodah and Gemilas Chasadim. So, I saw in the Shomer Shabbos shul in Borough Park that a sign next to the coffee was in Yiddish. When it was a quote attributed to Rabbi Avigdor Miller, that when you drink a cup of coffee, it's a fine coffee, and such a nice cup of coffee. I don't like to drink coffee personally. My wife loves coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't remember the last time I drank coffee. Probably 15 years since I drank coffee, and even then I didn't really enjoy it. But you want to get out? So, but anyway, the Rav Avigdor Miller said, look at the cup of coffee. You're mixing black and white. The black coffee, the white milk, the white cream, the white sugar, hot and cold, bitter and sweet. The sugar and the coffee is bitter. And it's all together in one unity. And that's represents, we can meditate on the unity of God, of how life, you have bitter and sweet, you have black and white, hot and cold, but there's all one unity. And then I added also, and so that's a meditation you can have when drinking a cup of coffee. And then I said, it says that hot drinks, Rashi explains, means hot drinks are refuah. The Gemara in Shabbos says. And Rebbe Zisha points out that it's connected to the pasuk Mechabish Latzvoisam, getting rid of depression, and so to Saturday night to drink a hot beverage is a religious devotion as well, which you could do with coffee. And so I said so coffee for a Hasidic Jew is a religious devotion. And so then someone commented, he said, "You must be kidding me. Is this Purim Torah?" I said, "No, I'm totally serious." And I cited my sources. He said, the Hasidim, they try to find connections when there are no connections at all. And this was a frum person. It sounded like he had a Jewish sounding name. Maybe he wasn't frum. Maybe he's Israeli. I don't know. But very Jewish name the guy had. And whatever you want to say about Hasidim, and there's plenty what to complain, perhaps. And there are plenty of arguments. But to try to find a connection to God in everything, I don't know. I don't know how anyone can frown upon that. You know, that if you can find spirituality in drinking a cup of coffee, and driving to work, and going to the bathroom, and taking care of your kids, and going to school, and everything you do, you find spirituality, and you find a connection to God, and eating, drinking, being with your wife, whatever you do, you find a connection. What could be wrong? How could anyone frown on that? I don't understand. I'm not saying that it's a mitzvah like putting on tefillin. What I am saying is that we should be filling our lives with having a constant relationship with God, and this is a way to do it. You know, I was talking to someone about how someone who I know is very healthy and strong and advanced in years, and the other person said to me, so that's what faith does. And he said, I wish I had so much faith. And you know, I was thinking about how on The Simpsons once, Ned Flanders was complaining to Reverend Lovejoy, and Lovejoy said, you know, Ned, have you considered one of the other major religions? They're all pretty much the same. This person I was talking to was a different religion, and he's kind of estranged and lapsed from his faith. And to be honest, if he would probably go to church more or whatever, or read the Bible, or whatever does it for him, or find something else that works for him, I think his life would also be happier, this person I was talking to. And, you know, obviously I believe my religion is the true religion, the one true religion. But I recognize what Malachi says, that from the rising of the sun, setting thereof, great is my name amongst the nations, says the Lord of hosts. And we can all connect to God. I believe the best way for every human being is Judaism, is Torah. I really believe the best way is to become a full Ger Tzedek, if you're not born Jewish. But if you can't manage to be a Ger Tzedek, you could keep Sheva Mitzvahs B'nai Noach. That's also good. Well, that's what I have to say. Well, thank you. But you find your own way. Spirituality is a very good thing. You don't even need to be religious to be spiritual. And I think, you know, and this guy who was complaining to me about finding connections to God in a cup of coffee, I think he's being religious without being spiritual, even though that's very hard to do, depending on how you define spirituality. But all in all being said, it makes people's lives better. So be strong. Go for what you're looking for in life. Don't be ashamed. Don't sell yourself short. Have high goals. Have high expectations. But also don't get depressed if things don't go your way. But still, aim high, because God is on your side. God loves you. And when things don't go your way, they're going God's way, and it's a much better way. But God still loves you, no matter what. And I'm rambling on because things didn't go my way the other day, but I know God had a plan for why this, and I even see, and I spoke about this yesterday, this is what Glenn Beck said about being a heretic against the politics of religion. That's so deep, it's so important, and we see how destructive the politics are today. I mean, I'll be honest, I have an opinion, and my opinion is that the left-wing politics are much more at fault than the right-wing politics are. But the real problem is the us versus them attitude. And I think certain aspects of the right, the libertarian right, are more inclusive. And that's very good. Because I was listening to Stephen Greer, Dr. Stephen Greer, MD. And he said if we're gonna have wars with aliens. And they're not going to be real aliens. The government is going to try to make up fake aliens just to make wars, just to get into that carnal instinct of us versus them. And that's what gets me. And we got to overcome that. Like I said yesterday, what Einstein says, we have to see ourselves as part of a bigger whole. And find peace of mind. Be the benched tzaddik. All right, thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.